Now we have the distance formula, which is something we're going to use in every single chapter. So, yes, I want you to memorize this. Now, to find the distance between 2 points, we subtract the x's and square them. We subtract the y's and square them. We add them up and take the square root. Well, if you haven't noticed, this is just the Pythagorean theorem in one step rather than doing it multi-steps. So, if I draw my right triangle, to find my horizontal distance, I'll subtract my x's. To find my vertical distance, I'll subtract my y's. And then I'm going to subtract my x's squared, subtract my y's squared. I'll add them together, and I'll take the square root. So let's do a problem together. And like I said, we have to memorize this, so I'm going to write it down. Subtract the x's and square them. Subtract the y's and square them. So let's do this. Now remember, it goes x, y, x, y. Don't subtract the ordered pairs. And the negative sign does not disappear. So if I go negative 7 minus 4 squared plus subtract, well, I did the y's first, which is okay, but let's do it the way I presented it. I want to subtract my x's first. So I'm going to say negative 3 minus 4 squared plus negative 7 minus 3 squared. Well, negative 3 minus 4, that's negative 7 squared. Negative 7 minus 3, that's negative 10 squared. Remember, when you square, you get a negative, you get a positive, so it's 49 plus 100. The exact answer is the square root of 149, but usually we are going to round that. So that's where I get the wavy equal sign for it to mean approximately. So I take my calculator and I take the square root of 149. That turns out to be about 12.2. And there's your answer. In our next problem, we have Chelsea and Amy are sitting in separate cars on the Monongahela incline. And Chelsea's traveling up the Mount Washington and Amy's traveling down. When the two girls notice each other, Chelsea has a horizontal distance of 212 from the lower station at a height of 151.6. Amy has a horizontal distance of 435.3 feet from the lower station and is at a height of 311.3 feet. Well, if you notice, these are just coordinates. So Chelsea, to call point C, horizontal is my x, so she's at 212.0. And at a height, that's my y of 151.6. Whereas Amy, she's at a horizontal distance of 435.3 and at a height of 311.3. So to find the distance between these two, we're just going to use our distance formula. Subtract our x's squared plus subtract our y's squared. Write these down the first couple hundred times you do a distance formula until it gets into your head straight. So then we know x and y, x and y. So let's subtract our x's. So we're going to say 435.3. minus 212. We're going to square that. And then we'll go 311.3 minus 151.6. And we'll square that. Well, if you subtract, you get 223.3 squared plus 159.7 squared square those out. So 223.3 is, what is that, 49,862.89 plus 159.7 squared is 25,504.09. And then if we add those up, we'll get the square root of 75,366.98. That seems just big old numbers. So when we do that, we get 274.5. And so we'll answer in a sentence, and I'll say, they are about 275 feet apart. I'm not going to worry about the decimal because they're sitting in the cars. We're estimating.